What happens if you do 100 push-ups every day? Do you really think this is a good way to build muscle and improve your strength? Well, it depends on different factors. The first problem with this kind of training are the strict number of reps. 100 push-ups a day can be very hard or very easy, depending on your level. If you're able to do 5 or less reps max, this challenge can be too tough for you. You will need a lot of sets, and it's hard for your body to adapt if you do this every day without rest. If you are able to do 15 consecutive push-ups, 100 push-ups a day is very challenging, and you might be able to improve your strength and build muscle mass, at least in the first weeks. But it's the same problem as the person with the 5 reps. You build up strength and muscle mass while regenerating, and not during the training session. So if you get sore and you don't let your body enough time to regenerate, you will kill your own progress. Now if you're able to do 30 push-ups or even more, 100 push-ups will be quite easy and not a challenge at all. Then it's no problem to do it every day, but the stimulus will not be sufficient to get significant gains. As you can see, the major problem with this kind of challenge is that it's not individual. A challenge has to be adapted to your level and your goal to be effective. The next point is that 100 push-ups are not 100 push-ups. If you do your reps very quickly, 100 reps are not that hard as if you do your push-ups slower. If person 1 does 100 push-ups with 1 second time on attention for each rep, and person 2 does 100 push-ups with 4 seconds for every rep, person 1 will do all the push-ups with 100 seconds time on attention, and person 2 will do the push-ups with 400 seconds time on attention. So person 2 will keep the muscles 4 times longer under tension than person 1, even if both are doing 100 push-ups. The next problem with this kind of training is that 100 push-ups a day is not progressive. Of course, if you are a beginner, you will improve your strength and build muscle, but after a few weeks, you will stop making progress. Doing the same exercise with the same amount of reps over and over will lead to nothing in the long term. As already mentioned, you can change the rep speed. Besides from that, you can also change the amount of reps. How about doing 200 reps instead of 100? If 100 push-ups a day are very easy or too hard for you, you could also change the progression in order to make progress. Doing more and more reps will change the focus of your training. If you start with push-ups and you train in a low to middle rep range, you can build up muscle and improve your strength. But if you are able to bust out 30 or more reps, it becomes more and more a strength endurance focused training. If you want to stay in a lower rep range, you can make the exercise more challenging. Just do 100 archer or even 1-arm push-ups instead of regular push-ups. As you have seen in our push-up videos, there are different push-up variations. Some are easy, some are harder. Some will focus more on your shoulders and some will focus more on your chest or triceps. Include some variation instead of doing the same over and over again. The last thing you need to know about the 100 push-ups a day challenge is how you should do them to make them as prolific as possible. Should you spread the sets over the day or do them as fast as possible in one session? Well, both is possible, and it depends on your level and your goal. A good way to improve your performance is to split the sets over the day. For example, you can do 20 push-ups. Now you can split this into 10 sets of 10 reps and do 1 set every hour. With this, you don't train till fatigue and rest almost 1 hour until you go on with the next set. If you want to train every day, you should keep in mind to not exhaust yourself. You do 1/3 up to 2/3 of your max rep, and with this you can train more frequently as if you would train till fatigue. Otherwise, you would need more time to recover and then couldn't train every day. This method works even better if you choose a progression that you can do about 6 to 10 reps with. This is great to increase your max strength with that lower rep range or to increase repetitions very fast in a higher rep range. But it's not the best way if you want to build muscle. This method also doesn't work with the 100 push-up challenge if you are able to do only a few reps or a huge lot of reps. In this case, you have to decrease or increase the total amount of reps. No matter which intensity you choose, aim for 5 to 10 sets per day. The next way to do it are strict sets. If you can do 15 reps, you can do about 7 sets to reach 100 reps with 2 to 3 minutes rest in between. With this method, you exhaust yourself in nearly every set. This method is great to build up muscle, but it only works if you are in the right rep range. If you can do 5 or less reps, you will build up more strength than muscle mass. It's also total nonsense to try to get 100 reps with this method if you can only do 5 reps max. You will end up doing 20 to 30 sets until you reach the reps. And if you do this every day, you will beat down your body and decrease your progress. Instead of 100, do it with 30 reps. If normal push-ups are quite easy for you, you can change the progression to make the exercise harder and work in a lower rep range. If you're able to do 30 reps or more, you will improve your strength endurance. But to get that 100 reps, you will only need about 3 sets. It might work, but it might work better with more volume. So you could increase the total amount to 150 or 200 reps. The last method is to do them as quick as possible and only rest a few seconds. This is a good way if you are able to do more than 15 reps. Otherwise, the rest time will be too low and you will need too much time to do it. Bust out a few reps, like about 10. Then rest for like 10 to 20 seconds and do it until you reach the 100 reps. This method is also more for improving strength endurance and you can set up the amount of reps like in the example before. You could also try to set a time of 5 minutes and do as many reps as possible in this time. So let's compare the 3 methods again. First was sets spread over the day, with high or medium intensities, 1/3 to 2/3 of your max reps and a long rest of about an hour. Second was all sets in one session with medium rest times of 2 to 3 minutes and 100% max reps every set. The intensity should be medium. Third was doing a specific amount like 100 reps in the lowest time possible or the most reps in a given time like 5 minutes. Do short rests of 10 to 20 seconds and up to 50% of your max reps. The intensity needs to be pretty low for that. To change the intensity, you just pick another progression in which you can do more or less consecutive reps. All in all, this way of training could be done for a few weeks, but you should either include some kind of progression over time or switch to another method after a few weeks. It's okay to mix things up a little bit, but there are better and more effective methods out there to increase your fitness level. The best of those methods are included in our comprehensive workout programs, which will help you to build up a solid base of strength and muscle mass. So visit our website now and try it for yourself. Use the code ILOVECaliMove to get a discount of 10% if you order until the end of September. If you have further questions, leave a comment. Thanks, Alex.